kind of update this because it is constantly changing in terms of e-safety. As technology is getting a little bit better, there are new ways that we're finding that e-safety is becoming an issue. So I'll get straight to the point. E-safety, if you don't know really what you've walked into this morning, the E literally stands for electronic, and it just means being safe when using electronic equipment. So iPads, phones, PCs, laptops, literally anything. We're going to cover as much of it as we can. Alright, especially what I've put into these slides for this morning is like gaming. So a lot of our little ones here are doing online gaming, whether it's Xboxes, PlayStations, and there's more and more ways that children are getting exploited through gaming than other ways, especially with the really little ones. As we get a little bit older and we move into high school, it varies from like sexting, taking nudes and things like that. And we know that's not really going on at primary school, we hope anyway. It's through other methods, through catching them on sites like Minecraft and things like that. But I'm going to come on to that and how you can limit devices like your Xboxes or your PlayStations. So thanks for your time. I know you're busy, and I will keep it to the point. The slides for today you've all got a copy of. If you want to make any notes, just do that. And if you want to speak to me at the end of the session, you can do that as well. I'll be around for you guys, okay? Okay, so we know there's more and more concerns for children staying safe online. I literally, driving to work, I have a 30-minute drive, and I'd say once a week there's some kind of online safety issue that I'm hearing about on the radio when I'm driving in. It's never ending. And there's a link at the end, there's one of the slides there, there's loads of links to different websites. And I'm only going to take 10 minutes of your time, but it's a subject that can take hours and hours. Alright, as our children are becoming more digitally aware, we need to do the same. We realised we needed to run this session. We've known all the time we needed to run sessions like these, but there was a specific child, and I can't obviously mention his name. He was using a computer, and when we first moved the computers over here, there was we didn't have YouTube blocked for like a day. And in that one day, when I was running a lesson, he got onto it, and he'd logged in to his own YouTube account, and this is a 5-year-old. And on that account, I just thought he was looking at YouTube videos. He had 10 to 15 of his own videos that he'd uploaded to YouTube. And this is a website where you've got to really be around 13, I think it is, for YouTube to use. But we know that we've had 5-year-olds with their own YouTubers accounts, where people are leaving comments on the videos underneath. Now we watched all this young child's YouTube videos to check they were okay, and there were nothing more sinister than him just singing and uploading singing videos. But there was an exploit there, so I'd rather me tell you the truth about what is going on than just try and pretend it didn't happen. Okay. So I've tried to tailor this for primary. It's totally different when I deliver it for secondary. The key ones I think for primary are, we are starting to see a little bit of cyberbullying, especially in upper key stage 2 as they get towards like 9, 10, that can happen. Grooming is probably the most serious, I'd say, from a primary perspective. And as I mentioned, the biggest exploit of that is through gaming at the minute, through online gaming. And I'll come to that, I've got a separate slide on that. Inappropriate websites. We just don't want kids stumbling on websites, do we, that they're inappropriate for them to see. Losing control over pictures and videos, from giving out information, giving them out pictures, where you might live, what your mum's name is, or something like that. We just don't want that going out, do we? We don't want our details as parents being sent out to the world through our child. It might not be happening, but you never know. It might be. And virus attacking the security. If we restrict what websites they can go to, that won't happen anyway. But if it is happening at home because of what your little ones are getting onto, let me know and I'll speak to you at the end of the session. So the risks of gaming. Many online games have communication features which allow their users to interact anonymously. So even websites like Scratch, I don't know if you've heard of Scratch. We use it here, and it's a really good website that we teach kids how to program. But even with Scratch, there's ways of communicating with each other on Scratch. And some comments that you see on even Scratch are inappropriate. So that is a watch out, but especially games like Minecraft, World of Warcraft. Do we all have like a gaming console or something like that at home, or we game online with iPads or iPhones, or there's usually like a little comment section at the bottom, and that's the watch out really. Cyberbullies now, they're harassing fellow gamers online. I shouldn't say that online. Some online groomers use gaming platforms to try and arrange to meet children. I don't want to scare you when I say that, and I do not, but that is one of the ways, because our kids aren't really getting left to go into town on their own, are they? You know, they're coming to school with parents most of the time, so they're having to think, how can I pursue this interest in them and doing it through online gaming. So just to watch out, if your children are playing a certain online game for long periods of time, I'd just recommend that you get involved with that game just a little bit and see what it is they're actually playing and what it is that who they're communicating with online. If it's just with a computer, that's fair enough. But if they're playing online with other friends, just a little watch out, okay, about comments that can be left. Okay, so what can we do about risk gaming? So we've got parental controls can be set up on PlayStations, Xboxes and Nintendo Wii's or Nintendo Switches, which is the new one. We can restrict games based on age rating. So there are settings in these game consoles where a game will just not run. If they put in like a 15 game or an 18 and you don't want that game to be played, it'll just not run it because of the PEGI certificate that it's got. On the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, there's a family timer that you can set in the settings that limits the amount of time that the console can run in a certain day. So if it's just a concern that you've got that it's running all day and you're finding it difficult to manage and say, no, you can't go on there, you can just set the timer on the settings and that's the end of it. Like, oh, the Xbox is tired now, you can say to him, it can only do an hour a day, something like that. You know, if you are having that battle with your little ones at home about how long you're spending on that. And restrict online user-to-user communication, that's just relating to the previous point as well. So there are some things that can be done with consoles in the settings section, there's like family sections. More generally, and this is the same slide that I used last time, the best way that we can try and work out if there is anything happening is just having honest conversations with our little ones. What sites do you like to visit? Why do you like that site? Sit down with them and watch what they do. Surf the internet with them, and I've just mentioned that. Keep the computer in a busy area of your home. So if your computer is in like a little quiet area to keep the children out of the way and you've got internet access, that's maybe where you can see what they're doing a little bit better if you move it to a more busy area. So if you move it to maybe the kitchen or the living room, an area where there's high traffic, you'll maybe be able to see something. Even if they don't realise that they shouldn't be looking at it, you can see before they do. But if they're somewhere else, it's just a little pointer, just a little one. Understand what websites are suitable and how to manage these sites. Prepare our devices and to limit the chance of our children being at risk. So when I say prepare our devices, I mean two things there. I mean changing our location settings, so if our children never do post anything, it doesn't say where they've posted that from or where they are. So you see a lot of the time, don't you, social media, somebody will post, oh, I'm doing this, and it tells them where they are, and before you know it, you can direct somebody to where you base yourself all the time. If you're posting lots of activity around a certain area, and somebody thinks, oh, I know what this person's doing, they just hone in on that area. I've put this on here because I've decided I'm going to do this with our pupils. So I'm going to do this in one of our classes. I come over just on a Thursday and I have an hour with like a year 3 class and an hour with a year 4 class every Thursday. And in one of the classes this half term, I'm going to set up this family agreement, and I'm going to get them to write it. So I'll get them to practice their handwriting skills and a load of points about what they're going to do to try and stay safe online. I'm going to get them to send it home. And I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to get them to sign it. And if you can sign it as well, so that they know, you know, what we've been talking about on e-safety in the school. I think that might work. This is just related to the point before, the honest conversation. Parents are missing, according to the NSBC, just having a chat with the children is a massive one. What sites you're going on, why are you spending so much time on there, show me what you do, just sit down with them. If they are going on sites that are inappropriate, one of the key things that NSPCC have mentioned is don't absolutely roast the kids for it straight away. Because if you do, and you're you should be on that website, what they've found is with research is they'll never tell you again once they've gone on a dodgy website and gone, Mum, is this right? If you you absolutely grill them for going on a site that you think is wrong, they might not want to come to you again, so just to watch out with that one, okay? This is a good website. This wasn't in my last presentation that I did. Instead of letting your kids search things on Google, if you use this as your browser, it's called Swiggle and it's pretty good. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So, and I gave this a little test as well, it's on your slides. If you type for just certain keywords that might be inappropriate, it will just not produce any results at all. So if you were to type in some inappropriate words at all, whether it be sex or something inappropriate, there's just no results found. So Sorry about that. There's another one as well called Kids Search. This is another one very similar to this. They just filter very heavily the inappropriate content on the internet. And these are further websites to support you guys as well. There are so many out there to support you. When you think, if you're not sure whether a certain website is appropriate, you can put it into NetAware, say, is this appropriate for my child? And it will produce the results for you as to whether they are. I think I've got an example of that. This website here is called childnet.com. Oh, it's not important. And if you get onto this website, Know It All for Parents, there's an absolute massive section on some specific areas. But on your slides, like I say, this has got absolutely loads of further links for you to have a look at. If you feel like I'm not covering something fully enough, there's probably some of those websites that are covering it in a lot more detail. This is NetAware is a website where if you go, I don't know if that site's fully appropriate and I don't have the time to check if it is, if you just put that website in this website, it'll tell you what's on that website and if there is any like adult references in there. This is another one called Think You Know, because we have got now as MCPA is like growing, we've got littler ones and we've now got older ones. We only had a smaller amount of year groups before and now, so we may be falling into 5 to 7 or 8 to 10. If your child is in either one of these, Think You Know, I've got like some detailed information on how you can support that age group in particular. And that's it guys, really, that's it. Really the key bit for today is just me telling you that we are delivering it in school. It's really important to us. It is changing and just need your little bit of support at home if possible. Just with keeping an interest in what they're doing online. We're trying to discover that as I'm in lessons. I'm like, what websites are on at the weekend? What websites are we on? I try and stay abreast of what they're going on so that I can like work out if it's right or not. And if we have got any issues in the school, I'm always on top of that on a Thursday. But the key one as well is at home.